Today, we're diving into the connection between intrusive thoughts and obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD. While intrusive thoughts are a normal part of being human, for some people, they don't just come and go. They linger, creating fear, guilt, or compulsive behaviors. This is where the distinction between intrusive thoughts and OCD becomes crucial to understand. In this video, we'll explore the difference between intrusive thoughts and OCD, why OCD amplifies these thoughts, and how to recognize if you're experiencing intrusive thoughts or something more. So let's dive in. Hi, my name is Daniela, and I'm a licensed professional counselor. Intrusive thoughts are unwanted, random thoughts, images, urges that can feel overwhelming and disturbing because they often contradict our values or identity. For instance, imagine you're holding a knife in the kitchen and suddenly you think, what if I hurt someone with this knife? You know you'd never act on it, but the thought itself can feel shocking. In previous videos, we've explored intrusive thoughts in great detail. What they are, why they happen, and how to address them. If you haven't seen them yet, I highly recommend checking them out. The links are in the description below. Today, we're taking this a step further. For most people, intrusive thoughts are like background noise. They come and go without lingering. But when OCD is involved, it's a different story. OCD, or Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder, is a mental health condition that goes beyond common stereotypes like being overly neat or organized. It's marked by a repetitive cycle of obsessions, which are the intrusive, unwanted thoughts, images, or urges that cause significant anxiety, and compulsions, which are the repetitive behaviors or mental acts performed to try to reduce the distress caused by the obsessions. Compulsions can be physical or mental. Examples of physical compulsions include excessive washing, checking locks or doors, repeatedly checking car after worrying about hitting someone, arranging items in a specific way, or avoiding certain situations altogether. And examples of mental compulsions include repeating prayers, mentally reviewing actions to ensure nothing went wrong, or that you didn't say anything bad, or counting to neutralize a fear. OCD makes intrusive thoughts feel urgent and overwhelming, like an alarm going off as if they are an actual threat that must be dealt with immediately. And to ease anxiety, you might try to ignore, suppress, or neutralize these thoughts through other thoughts or actions. This creates a cycle of obsessions and compulsions that can become all-consuming and cause significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. So how can you tell if you're dealing with intrusive thoughts or OCD? If you're recognizing intrusive thoughts, they come and go without much effort and they don't trigger ongoing anxiety. But if you're dealing with OCD, these thoughts feel very intense and persistent. They trigger significant distress like fear, shame, guilt, and they often lead to compulsions like the repetitive behaviors, mental acts, or avoidance that we just talked about. Think about it like this. Intrusive thoughts are like clouds drifting by. OCD treats them like storm warnings, leaving you trapped in fear. OCD can look different for everyone, and understanding the different subtypes can help you recognize its pattern. So let's take a look at some common subtypes. Perhaps the most commonly known subtype is contamination OCD. This is the intense fear of germs or illness. Examples might be avoiding public spaces, excessively washing hands, using paper towels to touch doorknobs, etc. Then we have harm OCD. This is the fear of unintentionally harming yourself or others. Some examples are avoiding knives or blades, or repeatedly checking that you didn't cause harm. The third one is orderly or symmetry OCD. This is an obsession with perfection or balance. A common example is spending an excessive amount of time arranging items until they feel just right. Next, we have religious or scrupulosity OCD. This is the fear of being immoral or committing blasphemy. Examples include compulsively praying or confessing for fear of offending God. Then we have relationship OCD. This consists of persistent doubts about relationships. For example, questioning if you truly love your partner or if they love you, and compulsively seeking reassurance. Lastly, we have existential OCD. This is obsession with questioning life's purpose or reality. For example, compulsively questioning about life's meaning, reality, or existence, leaving you stuck in this endless loop of doubts. A common thought might be, what if none of this is real? The list is certainly longer. I just mentioned a few of these subtypes. So tell me, do you recognize any of these patterns in yourself or a loved one? Drop me a comment below. These subtypes may look different, but they all follow the same cycle. Obsessions create anxiety, and compulsions try to reduce it. If you recognize these patterns in yourself or a loved one, seeking support from a professional can be life-changing. With proper treatment, it is possible to break free from this cycle. And in my next video, I will teach you all about the gold standard treatment for OCD. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do so you don't miss it. Understanding the difference between intrusive thoughts and OCD can bring clarity and relief. Many people with OCD tend to think that there's something wrong with them, that they're crazy, or that they are a bad person. But the truth is, your thoughts are not your identity. OCD tricks your brain into treating your thoughts as dangerous when they're not. If you're struggling with intrusive thoughts or OCD, here are a few steps you can take. Educate yourself. Learn about intrusive thoughts and OCD to reduce stigma and self-judgment. Seek therapy. Find a therapist who specializes in OCD. Therapy, especially exposure and response prevention, or ERP, helps break the cycle and rebuild your trust in yourself. Learn about ERP. Exposure and response prevention is the gold standard treatment for OCD. In this video over here, we'll dive deeper into ERP. What it is, how it works, and why it's so effective. It is a game changer when it comes to managing OCD and anxiety, and I will guide you step by step. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!